All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, in studio, Scottsdale, AZ, at the HQ headquarters, joined by Randy Angston. What's up, man?
I can't keep you serious like ever. Like I try to keep a straight face every time, and you could hear me laughing every time.
Ad-libbing. Ad-libbing.
The only thing we don't have a process to is the beginning of our podcast.
Nope. Nope. And as we should not, because we like to ham it up a little bit in the beginning.
Fresh.
Yeah, keep it fresh and exciting for the kids. Quick announcement. Everybody, you probably heard by now, we got a growth summit happening in Franklin, Tennessee on May 19th through 21st. Get your tickets, fitprogrowsummit.com. Check it out. If you're listening to this show, you should be there. So that's all I'll say about that on this show. We got plenty more episodes left. But, this episode, guys, I want to quickly talk about, something that's coming up more and more and more. When we speak to gym owners daily, right? We talk to them, they're coming on board with us, or we're doing consultations with them. And really, we get into the marketing of their business and, where are you getting the most clients from? And 9 times out of 10, word of mouth in referrals. That's how we grow our business. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Everybody loves a referral.
Sure.
There's a huge problem, though. The big problem is you cannot count on referrals.
As great as you can systematize it, it's never a predictable, system for growth.
And so if you're only growing your business through word of mouth, while yes, it's the cheapest, and yes, that's the kind of client you want, because if they're being referred by your current clients, they're probably a good fit. And yes, they're easy to close because they're already coming in pre-qualified, and all that stuff's amazing. That should be one of your poles in the water at all times.
Absolutely.
If you don't have a paid marketing strategy, something that you can pay for an offer to be shown to the people you want to be shown to, and you can't predict your next client coming in the door, you got a huge problem if you don't run it that way.
Well, let's think about this. If you're growing based on referrals only, you're growing at a rate your clients want you to grow at only.
Yeah, you're in their hands.
You're 100% dependent upon your client's desire for you to grow.
It's out of control. It's
Absolutely.
out of your control. And that's not a good place to be. If you're trying to run an organization, you need to know that you've got predictable growth. So how do you do that? Well, it's all about the math of marketing. It's so simple when it's laid out. If I were to bring you into the gym here and we put this big piece of paper, or we got on the whiteboard, I could easily show you how $1 can equal $10, and then $1 in can equal XYZ out. And most logical gym owners, once you show them the math, they want to do that as much as possible. And that's what we're trying to tell everybody that's listening is marketing is, in getting leads, is the best thing. It's an investment.
Marketing is the multiplication of capital.
Right. That's a multiplication.
That's it. Like everything else, guys, just stop. Marketing is a multiplication of capital.
Right.
That's
and
it.
So think about your clients as assets to your business. They're worth whatever your client lifetime value is. If you don't know what that is, go get that number. But let's just throw a number on. Say $5,000. All right, $5,000, what my client lifetime value is. The question now becomes is how much would you buy an asset, a block of gold or a stock that's worth $5,000? Would you spend $1,000 on it? Would you spend $500 on it? Would you spend $5,000? I mean, it's a question on your risk tolerance and how quick you need to get that money back and that cash flow. But it's literally a math equation. I'm willing to spend $500 to acquire an asset that's worth $5,000. And when you have that in front of you and you have marketing that's generating leads and you've got a system to get them in the gym, be it automation or you're going to actually physically call everybody and get them to show up, and you know your closing percentage and you know what those clients are worth, well, it's simple at that point to say, yeah, this is a good math equation. This is a good return on my investment. I'm going to do this or I'm not.
Yep.
And, the way we structure our ads, especially in Facebook, we know on a granular level, this ad set with this ad copy is producing this lead. This lead has generated this amount of money. I spent this on this particular ad set. Let's keep that one on. This ad set generated this many leads. None of them became, let's turn that one off. And the way we structure our ads, the way we run our operation, the way we know our numbers, there's no hesitation whatsoever that this is the best place to put your money in if you want to grow your business.
That's exactly right there. It's a decision. It is I think that the majority of gym owners don't sit in this role is because they don't know those numbers, or they're using forms of marketing that don't track ROI, right?
That's huge.
We're used to it. And guys, if you're not doing social, if you're still resistant to, I mean, half the calls I get on, I mean, there's no business manager, social media, like not business manager, but they're not using a Facebook business manager, the software side. They're not utilizing Google ads or anything like that. And so if you're not playing in that realm, you don't have the data to intelligently go market the business and force the growth of your business to the same degree. It's very hard to track ROI in direct mail, unless somebody who comes in with a flyer and is like, hey, I saw your flyer here. This is the reason I'm in your door. That's the only way we get that traction back, or that tracking back. But everything online is right there in front of you. And so it's not only the confidence and the clarity, it's excitement. It's like going out there and saying, okay, I have the winning problem. Let me go, it's like knowing the lottery ticket numbers before, they show up.
It's an ATM machine.
It is. And the more you put in, the more you get out in the end. It's the law of averages matters big time across this whole thing.
Yeah.
That's something to preface too. If you're living by, if you mentally are living by every single, opportunity in your business, somebody walks through the door, it's like, I need this sale, I need this close. They don't convert, and all of a sudden the whole system doesn't work. That's not how it works, guys.
Facebook ads don't work, right? You hear that all the time. Oh. And then you mentioned before, if you can't track it, you're in a big, you're in a pickle. You're in a pickle.
There you go.
And I'm sure on the reels it's going to little pickle's going to join. Sitting in the gym owner seat, you get bombarded with marketing opportunities. And what I mean by marketing opportunities is the mediums that you can choose. And who here is listening? You've had the local magazine come in. You've had the local guy that puts the ad on the face of the shopping cart or on the back of the receipt, or be it a billboard if you're going big. And all these opportunities are put in front of you, in front of the gym owner every day to market their business. And it all sounds great from the salesperson. I would caution you at this one thing. If you cannot track the ROI, it's off the table. You don't know if it's going to work or not. Well, Tim, if they see my logo in town enough times, you can't track it. So how can you prove that that's really working or not?
Exactly.
The people that are feeding you these lies are the people selling you the advertising. So that's why we really rely heavily on digital. We rely heavily on trackable metrics. We rely heavily on knowing all of the data in the whole, journey into becoming a member, including the lifetime value on average of what your clients are worth to your business. And when you know all those things and you have it in front of you, marketing is pretty dang simple. Mm-hmm. It's either leave it on or turn it off, or scale it up or cut it, right? So I caution gym owners, don't do any marketing mediums that you cannot track. And yes, there's ways to track direct mail, and there's ways to track phone numbers that are specific to an ad. Mm-hmm. But even then, not all of it's trackable. Like for example, like the direct mailer, maybe they don't scan the QR code and they walk in. You don't know where that person came from. You ask them, "Oh, I just drove by."
It's still dependent upon them taking action and like the client doing the work in order for that tracking to ever actually be accurate.
You have to ask them, and it's never going to be accurate.
No.
And honestly, if we're being super honest, even Facebook's not accurate, but it's close enough. It's close enough. And, the point being is, guys, the reason this topic came up is because we're having calls, and it's like we asked what the marketing is, and it's word of mouth. And it's like, cool, that should be one thing, and you should absolutely have word of mouth. Absolutely. And yes, those are great. Referrals are great. But if you don't have a paid strategy, be it Google, TikTok, whatever, Snapchat, I don't even know, Instagram, Facebook, all those good things. If you don't have it and you don't have the metrics in front of you, you need to stop. Oh, and one other thing. A lot of agencies out there that are marketing for gyms, they don't show you the data because it's run in their ad account.
Correct. There you go. Yeah.
That's a big problem too. You need to have it run in your ad account so you can visually see it and not hope for the best. And, hopefully that they're doing their job and they're sending you the reports and stuff. You need more control. And what we're trying to tell you is you can take control. And when you have the confidence in your marketing that you have control and you know what to do and you know the numbers, there is no stress.
No.
You can literally turn the faucet on and off. I made a post in the Facebook group the other day, Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. If you're not in the group, go check it out. I said, generating leads is easy. It's the easiest thing. And so like, that's the number one problem every gym owner is always saying.
They say they face, yeah.
I need leads. That's easy. And I can show you guys how easy it is. So, you know, granted, we don't run our own ads most of the time because I don't want to, but like we know how.
Yeah,
right?
but they're running, they're running our ads. Somebody else is just
clicking the buttons.
clicking the buttons.
I've given them all the copy.
Yeah, we've done it all for them.
Correct. And so you have to at least know what you're looking at, even if you're not running it. And if you have an agency that's running their ads out of their ad account and not yours, ask them to flip it to yours because you need to see the data.
Yeah.
If you guys need help with this is something we do in our coaching group. It's 2 weeks of our coaching program is marketing and being able to understand. And you know, once you have it, it's simple. The clarity is there.
You're never going to look at a marketing campaign the same way. If you don't, if you don't understand these KPIs, if you don't understand the things Tim's talking about, after that, I mean, those 2 weeks alone, you're never going to look at a marketing campaign the same way again, period.
Yep.
I want to preface it too, because this came to mind with the coaching calls that I had, or I guess they were interested in our coaching program this last week. This one gym owner's business is doing very well. Mm-hmm. I mean, in 3,000 square feet, he's doing $45,000 in revenue a month, 95% referral based. That's a beautiful thing. He could change nothing, and if again, maybe he has that business sustain itself because those clients continue to talk, but maybe they don't. And then $45,000, which is really great revenue for that, is zero.
Goes
but
to
the other,
yeah.
And there's the other end of the spectrum. The reason that he decided to pick up a phone is because he realized what got him here is not going to take him further. What got him here is good enough to get him here,
Sure.
but something else needs to happen in order to get further.
Sure.
He can't work harder. He can't, figure, there's no other way to change the numbers of the business
Sure.
without intentionally
making some change.
driving some revenue.
Yeah.
And so maybe your business is there, right? Maybe it's not the fact that you things are bad. It's just how long can you sustain with the methods that you have into place too?
Sure.
The other end of the spectrum.
You're at risk.
So exactly. It is a big risk.
Yeah, big risk. So anyways, easy peasy episode. Just wanted to throw that out at you. And it's probably going to make some people scratch their heads a little bit like, man, yeah, you're right. We're only running referrals. The point is you're at risk. If you're counting on other people to drive business in for you, you're doing it wrong.
They're not paid employees.
You're doing it wrong.
It's hard enough for them.
You're working on hopes and wishes and all this stuff. And so hopefully that helps. If you guys need help, you jump on a call, pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. We'll put it in the show notes, guys. That's it for this episode. See you at the Growth Summit. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. And thank you for listening to that episode of the Built to Grow podcast, where we help gym owners win. Now, do you want to connect with me and other gym owners online? All you need to do is join our private Facebook group, Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. Just head on over to Facebook and type in Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. And when you do, we're going to give you our 10 marketing strategies 7-figure gym owners use to win. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, keep building something great.